Can someone help me please? Why is the answer 4? Okay, let's take a look. Here we have the integral going from 0 to 2 pi of absolute value of sine x, and the answer is equal to 4. Here's the deal. Do not just do the following, right? So this is incorrect. If you look at the integral of 0 to 2 pi of absolute value of sine x dx, and then you think that, okay, what derivative of what function will give you sine x? Negative cosine, okay. And then you go from 0 to 2 pi, plugging, you get negative cosine of 2 pi. And then that's the first part, minus plugging 0. What's cosine of 2 pi? Well, it's 1, so here we have negative 1. And then minus becomes plus. Cosine 0 is 1. Hey, it looks like the answer is 0, right? Well, no. Unfortunately, not quite. Don't do this. The reason why is because we have to pay attention to how the sine functions behave on this interval going from 0 to 2 pi. Let me give you a graph right here. This is how the sine function looks like usually. Y equals sine x going from 0 to 2 pi. So it looks like the area here and the area, well, the value of the area has to be always positive, but the value of integral can be negative. So the integral for this region will be positive. The integral for this region will be negative. They cancel out, like 0, right? But remember, if you are taking the absolute value, you are trying to find the total area. So it's this plus that. And in fact, if you have the absolute value, take a look at the picture, it becomes like this. 0 stays, and then we have from here to here stays. But this portion down bottom will actually go up to the top, like this. And this is when we have y is equal to absolute value of sine x. The positive portion stays, but the negative portion, you just flip that to the top. And the turning point here is pi, because sine pi is equal to 0. So to work that out, we actually have to break this down into 2 separate integrals. And let me write this down right here for you guys first. When we have absolute value of sine x, this right here, we can take out the absolute value and we just get sine x. If, for this only, we just care about going from 0 to pi. Yeah? And then, if you take out the absolute value, when the bottom was negative here, right here, we will have to negate the result. We will end up with negative sine x. And that's when we are talking about x is between pi and 2 pi. And because I put down the equal sign here already, so I'm not going to put down the equal sign, but it's still continuous, it's okay. But anyway though. So with that being said, to break this down, we first integrate from 0 to pi, integrate sine x. And then we will have to pick it up, and then we go from pi to 2 pi. But for this one, we will have to enter negative sine x. So this is how we take out the absolute value correctly. Well, of course, you can just integrate from 0 to pi and you get the answer right here. It's actually 2, and you can just double it. That's also okay. Sometimes you can use symmetry, but if that's not the case, then we really have to do this. And I will just tell you, the integral for this right here is equal to 2, and then the integral of this right here, for this interval, you also get 2. So finally, of course, you get 4. And I'm going to work this out for you real quick. Integral going from 0 to pi of sine x. Integrating sine, we get negative cosine, and then we go from 0 to pi. Plugging, so negative cosine pi minus negative cosine 0. Okay, this is negative, but cosine pi is -1. Minus minus becomes a plus, and then this right here, cosine 0 is 1. So as you can see, it's just +1 plus another 1, so the answer for that is this 2 right here. And then I will leave this to you, just work it out. You also end up with 2, and then finally you just end up with 4. That's fine.